I know Barbenheimer is probably still going to be happening next week and for weeks to come. And we, so of course, still have Mission Impossible in theaters. So next week we have this one big new movie, and that's a Disney film, which is not a remake of another movie, but it's a new adaptation of the famous Haunted Mansion ride, because we had The Haunted Mansion in 2003 with Eddie Murphy, and that was a movie that I don't think anybody remembers as like a big blockbuster classic of its time.
Yeah,
but I think it's a
like
bit of a cult classic amongst Disney audiences.
Yeah.
So now we have a new like movie called Haunted Mansion, not The Haunted Mansion, but just Haunted Mansion. Literally 20 years on from the first, from the original or the first. I don't believe they have any connection. But what do you think about this Haunted Mansion movie? It's coming out in July. And
yeah, I really question the timeline. Like, I feel like this movie would have been better served coming out closer to Halloween. I think it would have played as like the family favorite for like a good Halloween movie. So coming out in the middle of summer, I'm like, I don't know about that. And then also like the movie was kind of like, whatever. Like it was a good Eddie Murphy movie, right? Like you saw it for a laugh. Yeah, like I love Eddie Murphy, right? I love him. Like he's great. You went to go see that 2003 iteration of The Haunted Mansion for Eddie Murphy. So I mean there are a lot of stars in this new movie, but it just feels like so lackluster after Barbenheimer, after going to see all of the movies the last few months. It feels like out of place. But I mean, I'll give it a chance. You never know. It might surprise me. I don't think it's going to surprise.
It's look. That's my thing. I don't know how much money they spent on this. Right. It looks like it's a visual effects heavy project. It's much more of a visceral take on a Haunted Mansion story or whatever story the ride tells. Really, I haven't been on the ride myself, so I don't really know what exactly the story is. No, I'm not.
Oh, maybe I think that's maybe like a Florida thing, because growing up in Florida, like I feel like we have so many of these super famous Disney rides, and like we had Universal, we had Disney, we had Busch Gardens, and we had like all of the water parks. So there was just everybody I knew had a park pass. They give you Florida residents like annual discounts to go to those, and we did. We sure did. So I have been on the ride. The ride is old. I think they actually talked about replacing it, which it makes it even funnier that they're releasing a movie based off of it, because I think they've talked about replacing it with like I don't know. They talked about replacing it. I don't know how long the ride is going to be around. It's old. It's an old ride.
It is. That's one of the things I know, that it's one of those older rides. It's one of the iconic rides. It's also like, Disney has a record of making movies based on rides. I think probably the biggest example, the most successful example is
Pirates of the
Caribbean, which is amazing. I think they really struck a chord with that, which I think they've tried with other rides, and nothing has quite stuck that quite the same. And now that that franchise has sort of dried up for the most part, I'm not saying this is a creatively bankrupt move. I definitely think this is a movie. I'm going to go see it, and I'm going to judge it based on the merits of the movie itself. But and the actors are good: Danny DeVito, Jared Leto, Jamie Lee Curtis, Rosario Dawson, Winona Ryder, Owen Wilson. They have talent, but it's just one of those movies that I don't think is going to be able to make a mark at a time or in a year where you have so many other iconic properties coming out. So.
I really would have pushed the release until October, because I think around October, it would have been the family pick for Halloween.
I mean, I don't know what the release schedule looks like.
It's weird. It's just strange to me. Especially because Barbie is technically family friendly, right? So like people are taking their kids to go see Barbie. I would take my kid to go see Barbie over the Haunted Mansion, not the Haunted Mansion. Sorry.
Yeah. Like for me, the only upside that I see from what they're doing with this release schedule and having it come out in the summer is that this kind of puts it on track to land on Disney Plus around Halloween time. And there's movies like there's some Pixar movies recently and a few other things that Disney has put out theatrically that didn't really do well, and then had got a second life once it made it into streaming on Disney Plus. So maybe they're hoping that even if it doesn't do well here in theaters, that come Halloween time, it will be one of their biggest hits, and it may have a whole new following on Disney Plus. So maybe that's
It
the
just
potential
seems like a
upside.
weird marketing plan to hope it does well on streaming at Halloween. It's like a
Yeah, I mean,
weird.
it's not even. I mean, they haven't really been marketing this movie all that much anyway. So I
Yeah, I
don't.
don't
I
know if
don't.
I've seen anything. I think maybe I've seen like I saw a trailer for it a few months ago, and then I think I've seen one billboard for it. I'm hoping it pleasantly surprises me. There are a lot of good people in it. It should be like a good like family comedy, but
Yeah, the trailers haven't really impressed me, but I mean, hey, look, we're gonna go see it.
yep.
We're gonna talk about it for the good or the bad or the ugly. We'll see how it goes. It could be a surprise that we love it, or it could be just a total bomb. Who knows? But Barbenheimer will probably still have a grip on movie theaters. So if you guys go watch Haunted Mansion and you're interested in talking about it, then come back here next week. We'll be talking about it. Let us know in the comments below what you think about the movies. If you went to see the movies this week, then we'd love to hear from you. If you're going to be going to see Haunted Mansion, or if you're going to go back to see Barbie and Oppenheimer next week, or even Mission Impossible, let us know. And of course, as always, hit the like button, subscribe. We love having you guys around. It really helps us out when you hit the like button. And it's been nice talking about the movies again. We do this once a week. And Angelina, as always, it's been great having you here with me.
Yeah, thanks so much. Have a great weekend, you guys.
All right, guys, and have a great and amazing week ahead at the movies.